Hello everyone and welcome to the Cyber Dream channel. It's a pleasure to have you all. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about everything we've done last week, everything we're planning on doing, all the new updates and that kind of thing that are coming out next week, as well as some of our long-term plans for the game. So if you're just logging in and you don't know a lot about Virtual Battlegrounds, Virtual Battlegrounds is a virtual reality battle royale built from the ground up for VR. Started the game's production a couple of years ago. We've been hammering away at the game since then. We're big fans of like community-driven development, and that's why we did early access and we're doing all these things with you, because we believe in a transparent process for making games. We just think it's a better way to build a product. So that's a little bit about the game. As for our plans coming up, so most immediately here, we have our big spooky update coming next week. So that's pretty fun. So that's the big thing we're working on. So I'm going to go ahead and switch so you guys can see here. Cool. So here is our spooky Halloween update that's coming out. You can check this blog out. It's on Steam. So let's talk about some of this other new stuff. So we got an exclusive Pumpkin Man skin coming. This is, I think, the coolest skin we've made yet. So the only thing you have to do to unlock the skin is play the game at some point during the Halloween event. You can see here it actually has like an illumination map on it. So it'll actually you'll see it very brightly, especially during nighttime mode. We're probably gonna we're gonna be building a lot of new game modes. And this is like our first kind of new game mode that we're releasing. We're releasing this like weekly almost, just for fun. And they'll just be game modes that only happen during events, so that you guys are aware. They're not going to be permanent in the game. So you'll have to like play the game during those windows to participate in these events and in these new game modes. So this is going to be our first one, but this is probably the only time, with the exception of another holiday season, that we'll have a week-long event. Usually our events will just be like 4 hours on a Saturday and 4 hours on a Sunday. But because it's Halloween, because it's a holiday, this is gonna be a week-long event. So hop in, play anytime. You unlock this skin. I expect to see throughout the week just like dozens of pumpkin men running around. It's gonna be hilarious because everyone I know is gonna choose this skin as soon as they hop in and play. So dark mode, big part of the obviously it's nighttime. It actually looks a little bit more like the pumpkin man version here up top. The one below isn't as accurate, so it's actually a little darker. We've been like tweaking with the settings, trying to get the field right, and the one with the pumpkin is actually a lot more what it looks like, not so much the brighter version. But I thought this picture looked cool, so I shared it with you guys. So yeah, so zombie bots, that's the other cool thing that we're adding in. So all of our bots now are zombie skinned and zombie themed and make little zombie noises. Hopefully they scare you a little bit, but not too scary for you. Yeah, so that's the other big thing coming. We also want to have designated times for people to get to them and play, because as much as I'd love for lobbies to be full all the time, I'm also fully aware that us just releasing this spooky content probably isn't going to fill lobbies all the time. Hopefully we'll get a few more players on, through peaks in the daytime, but I don't expect that we're going to get any full lobbies unless we actually work together and organize an event. So register on Challenge, register, get notified, share the event, all that good stuff, because we want to get full lobbies. I want to get 30, 40, 50 people on Friday and Saturday if we can. And we want to really do that by sharing this event around. So yeah, guys, make sure you register for this event. Let's do that. We're going to start doing events every week, by the way. This is our first time doing it. We're going to start doing them every week. And what's super cool is not only are we doing events that you register every week, but every week's going to be a new game mode for these events. So we might, I know like Rage will be like, hey, I just want to play like a regular Battle Royale, and that's fine. We'll probably just sprinkle some of that in there too at some point, maybe some tournaments again. But initially, these events are going to be just random game, and they're going to be fun stuff, guys. Like we're talking about like the water is lava and making the lava rise. Like we're going to do fun stuff. It's going to be fun. Maybe like a pistols only game, knives only, knives and grenades. We're going to have fun stuff. So that's really most of what I've talked about. Let me see, check my notes here, make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, so there were some. So not only are we doing this big spooky update next week, guys, but we've been working on the game for the last 2 months without giving you a single update. We're dropping a huge update next week. It's gonna have a lot of bug fixes, a lot of polish. We have like a parachute you like physically control now. There's a lot of cool stuff, like little like nice polished things we're adding into the game that are coming out next week. Now there was a big feature I've been talking about that I promised you next week that we actually have to delay, I think, another couple weeks just because it's not ready yet, and we don't want to release it until it feels really good. But that's our new lobby system, and our new lobby system's entire goal is to make it easier to play with your friends and to make it easier to just find and play with other people in general. Right now, with our current lobby system and the voting system, it's hard to get in the games. It's hard. We want to, like, if you're a new player especially, we want you to be able to jump into the action, and it does that, but it's a little buggy right now. So we're gonna wait a couple more weeks to drop it until it's feeling really polished. I really wanted to release it with this Halloween event, but unfortunately we just didn't have the time and the bandwidth to do it right. So and now we really want to do things right going forward. We've been kind of eager to get things out in the past. And I think that's done us more harm than good. So we're just gonna start time to do it right. Also just spend just a quick minute here since I got a little time talking a little bit about our season 2 plans. So in the past, and make sure you guys sign up for that event. I know I said it already, but sign up. We need to get those lobbies loaded during that Friday and Saturday. So in the past, we talked about like having down states for squads. That's coming in season 2, along with like a whole better squad and friend system, a whole new locations coming into the game. It's honestly like by far, like Sanford was a nice quality step up for virtual battlegrounds. Like that was like, I'd say that's the first area that I'm really proud of that we built. But this other area is like, damn, that's cool. And that's coming into the game in season 2 and towards it. I'm not sure when. I keep saying end of November, early December, because honestly, guys, I don't know. The real answer is when it's done, and our target is end of November, but this isn't my first rodeo, and it might be early December that we actually get to launch season 2. So that'll be around that time. So look forward to that. There's gonna also we're adding new guns. There's a lot of little things, guys. Like a lot of little nice quality of life things we've been adding. A lot of that gets added next week. And guys, seriously, I have a patch list of like 150 things we've done, but they're mostly little like polishing. And then just like bug fixing, like little things, and there's like a few minor features. Like I finally added the kill distance that a lot of you guys were requesting into the game. There's like a lot of little things like that, right? Changing colors of kill feeds, and so we're polishing the game, right? This is early access. This is what it's all about, and we're finally at a point where we're like, okay, like we might be ready to really start marketing this thing. So this next week is going to be like our kind of test. We're going to start marketing a bit, do some of these events, see how it goes, and then just scale it from there. And then hopefully by sometime during the holiday season, mid-Christmas, we'll have full lobbies again. And that's pretty much all I got, guys. So like I said, again, register for those events on Challenge. I'm going to open up the QA. I haven't been reading your questions, but I'm going to read them now if you guys have had any yet. Will the skins be saved server side? So that's actually a good question, Makugi. We did all of our stats progression. This is like one of the many things that we've done for the mid-season update. That was really like we're kind of like, it's our test bed for season 2. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, a lot of the mid-season update like quality of life stuff, because we want to make sure when we push season 2, it's nice and polished, right? So all of our stat progression is now moved to server side. So there's no longer tied to your local machine. The only thing that's tied to your local machine now are your local save settings. So you can wipe that stuff to fix any bugs you got. But all your stat progression is moving to server side. So yeah, all your skin progression, etc., is all server side. We also found a few bugs with some of the skins not catching progression, and we fixed them. That'll be part of this update too. I mean, I guess that is a question, right? Yeah, I know we are talking about different firing types, different ammunition types. We're also talking about separating ammo boxes from guns. I know we kind of cheated and made it so when you grab a gun, you just get ammo. We're going to change it at some point. There was a major networking limitation as to why we couldn't do that. We couldn't have so many unique instances of network entities. We fixed that, so we can do it now. We're just like getting around to it as we fix other things. Lasers on all weapons, that's probably never going to happen. But we do want to improve the laser sights a bit. And it's something we've worked on. So I think we do need to add them to some guns. I think the P90 needs it. I think some guns though don't have like locations to put a laser. I think that's why we didn't put them on an MP5. You know what? I'm gonna take a note of that. I'll talk about it with the team. Placement for side. We actually are talking about like a multi-scope, having a 4X and a red dot, and you can like click a button and it'll like twing twing kind of thing. So that would be pretty cool. So like our airdrops are actually feeling really good now too, by the way. Like in the next update, there's like a sound effect that plays when they drop. You can see smoke billowing. They appear on your mini map, but we want more cool shit to place in your airdrops. So like the overpowered scopes would be something we'd put in the airdrops, right? But maybe not with the Barrett at the same time, because maybe we would. I don't know. That would be really powerful though, especially if we can get player counts back up. Then we could like really load up those airdrops, right? Like maybe put like a couple deagles in there, some scopes, some apples, a grenade launcher, and then your whole squad can roll up to it, right? I think maybe we can dynamically shift that if we get player counts back up. All right, cool guys, I'm gonna end it. So remember again, register for those events, log in at least once to get the Halloween skin, and I will see you on the Battleground Warriors next time.